To us about some wellness goals we need to consider. She's an advocate. I mean, and this year has started, Olivia, and the all the things we need to take care of will come knocking at our door. Nana, can you please adjust Olivia's microphone for me so we can hear loud and clear? All the things that need to be taken care of are going to come knocking at our door. And I know you would always say, I missed all of that. You still need to be well.
Yep.
But just before we get into talking about that and what it means to be well, or what it means to take care of our own well-being, I want to say belated birthday.
Thank you.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Looking all the colors, you took all the colors.
I tell you.
You're wearing all of them this morning. But how'd your birthday go?
It was great. It
Awesome.
was a good day with myself and my son.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I went for my yoga class in the morning, had breakfast alone
Okay.
to reflect and think about myself. Then
All
in
right.
the afternoon, I spent the day with my son at the beach.
Okay.
One of my favorite spots
Your
in the whole
favorite
world.
spots.
So I was at the beach all afternoon, walking in the water, reading and having good conversation with my son.
Having
And then
good
in the evening, I
conversations.
had dinner with a good friend of mine.
You had a really interesting
yes,
day then.
yes,
really
yes,
interesting
yes,
day.
It was great. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I continued on Sunday.
It doesn't end.
No.
It doesn't end.
Every
it
day
doesn't
is my
end.
birthday.
It should be. Every day should be. So, Olivia, let's talk about that. I mean, what it means to take care of a well-being, what it means to be well. And I know you're constantly encouraging us to take steps to be well.
Yeah.
And so this morning we've invited you to share with us five goals, 5 things to consciously do this year. So let's start with what it means to be well.
Being well.
We're
is
live
all-
on Facebook. Remember, you can join us. Okay, you can
yeah,
join us.
Yeah, it's so important to be well. And I was just coming in, I was just checking something on a page and I read something. I was like, wow, this is what I needed to say first. If you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for illness. And that is automatic. If you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for illness. And that is one thing you should always have on top of your head, that my wellness and my well-being is my responsibility. I have to make choices consciously, personally committed in creating ways and means to uphold my health, my mental well-being, my physical well-being, my emotional well-being. How I feel every day is my responsibility. And
So
that is one thing that we all get lost in.
Yeah.
We get
It's so
lost
easy
in
to
it.
say, you did this, and so I'm feeling this way.
Yeah.
But you're saying it's my responsibility.
It's
So I
your
choose to, even
responsibility.
after whatever has happened has happened.
Yes, after whatever has happened, it's your responsibility to make a good choice for you.
Okay.
And that starts with one goal I want everybody to have, being intentional.
Being intentional. Okay.
The wellness is all about knowing that you have another choice all the time. So it doesn't matter what happens. What intention are you living by? I live by intention that every day I want to be a loving, happy, and peaceful person.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if, Jennifer, you come being angry, resentful, and whatever. My reaction is always from this intention. I'm a loving, happy, peaceful person.
So you don't let we shouldn't
No.
let whoever the externals define
No.
us. We should.
That it shouldn't.
Okay.
When you want to be carnally minded, that is when you live like that. So everything you react unconsciously. But when you are spiritually minded, you live by your values and your intention. And that is your responsibility. How do you want to feel today? How do you want your day to go? How do you want your day to end?
So these are things I need to think about
You have
to start my
think
day.
and make that intention for yourself. That at the end of the day, I want to end it knowing that I was so kind to everybody I met.
Okay.
Because knowing that gives you something that makes you live the way you want. It's not because Priscilla came and she's angry, you also chose to be angry. It means you have no power over your life. And we think we don't have control. We think it's not me. It's because Priscilla came and pushed my coffee. That's why I got upset. Well, Priscilla pushed your coffee, but what is your intention? To be kind, to be peaceful, to be happy, to be loving. That is where your response should come from, not reaction. Reaction is you push my coffee and so I'm reacting. Why did you push my coffee? And then Priscilla
Didn't you
also
see
say,
my cup?
Didn't you see my cup? And then
Where
Priscilla
were you
also
looking,
say,
Priscilla?
oh, I didn't see it. Put it well. You didn't
You
put
didn't
it well.
position
And
it
so
well.
we keep going back and forth. But one person needs to go from a place of spiritually minded, which is
Okay.
being intentional of how you want your action and your behavior and your day to go. What do you want your life to be feeling in every moment? And so it's not about what people do, it's about how you respond with your intention.
All right. So that's number one.
Number one, be
Okay.
intentional.
All right.
Get up every day and say, today, this is how I want to live my day. And have that on top of your mind.
Okay.
Anything happens, ask yourself, does this go with my intention for today? If it doesn't go with your intention, then step back and look at the next choice you are going to make. The
All
Bible
right.
said, I give unto you life and death. Choose life. So life and death is always showing up. You have to make the choice to choose life by being intentional.
All right. Choose life by being intentional. Let's
Intentional.
go on to number two.
Number two.
Yes.
Okay. Number two is to prioritize self-care.
Okay.
Prioritize your self-care. What do you do for yourself in order to feel well, in order to bring balance into your life, in order to heal? Don't wait to be sick before you care for yourself. Be proactive, be preventive, be comprehensive. So what priorities can you put on your self-care practices? What are the things you know that these things, when I do them, I feel well, and create time and be committed to do them? Prioritize your self-care. Self-care is the way of living. If you are not caring for anything, it breaks down.
It does.
It breaks
does.
down. Our bodies doesn't break down because it's aging. It breaks down because we are not caring
taking
for
care
it.
of
We are not taking care of it.
Okay.
You don't get weak because your body has to get weak. You get weak because you are not using the body. You know, so prioritize your self-care. Prioritize how to take care of yourself holistically, not just your body. And then number three.
Before I go on to number three, so Aaron says issues with regard to your wellness has to do with you being self-disciplined and
Yeah.
morally right, because wellness has to do with you being conscious of your physical and emotional well-being. Good morning to Aaron, who's joined us this morning
Yeah,
on our
yeah.
conversation. Let's move
Great.
on to number three.
To number three, develop loving and deep friendship.
Okay.
Your friendship are very important to your well-being. The people in your network, the people in your social life, the relationship you have, not only intimate relationship, the relationship you have with your colleagues at work, with your siblings, with friends, it has to be deep and meaningful. It's not relationship that drains you. It's not relationships that are toxic. It's not relationship that are energy draining. But they should be relationships that are meaningful, supportive, and deep. And you have to develop this relationship.
Okay.
It's not the other person's responsibility to develop what you want. And this comes back to being intentional again. So how do you want your friendships to be like? Do you want to be an accepting person? Do you want to be affectionate with people in your life? Do you want to be understanding to people? Then show that. Be that person. Because you can't have what you don't. If you want love, give love.
Give love.
If you want kindness, give kindness. You want affection, give affection. And it has to be something that you prioritize to do so that your relationships are meaningful. If you want people to always be a certain way before you love them, you can't love anybody.
Okay.
You can't always say you have to be good this way before I can love you.
Right.
If God was loving us like that, I think it would have been over by now.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. It would have been over.
Bethlehem.
It would have been over by now. So don't make people become, you have to be like this before I'll be kind to you, or show affection or acceptance, or be friendly. Be the one that gives that, because it comes back to you. It comes back to you. So develop
back to you.
and create meaningful relationship.
You know, I love the way you
friendship.
mentioned toxic relationships. I just
Yeah.
want you to highlight 2 or 3 things that can help us identify if this relationship
is
that is
toxic.
just one that you need to watch this
Yeah.
year, because it probably had a really bad effect on you last year. You don't want to
Yes.
continue with it this year.
Yes, great one, great. So one thing to notice about toxic relationship is anytime you're around the person, when you leave, you feel tired, you feel drained.
Okay.
You get either anxious, you get either worried, or you feel like there's a lot of fear in the conversation around the person. So it starts with what you are talking about with the person. It starts with what you're doing with the person, and it goes on to go to how you feel around that person, how you feel when you leave that person's environment. Some people come to you and they have one fearful news they have heard to share with you, or they have some gossip about some friend at church or at work, or something that, don't you think that HR, it's always something that is not uplifting. And so anytime you're meeting them, there's this drain on your positive energy, because they bring you information that always
bombarded.
gets you, off your course.
Okay.
So these are some of the people. And some people also, they are always irritated. Yes. Those people don't practice self-care, and they are always irritated. So when they come around you, everybody who comes around you, they have a fight with them, they push them away. And why did you I had a friend once for a short period, and anytime we go out, she'll fight with the waiters, she'll complain about why this, and I go out and it's like there's no problem.
Okay. And it's
So-
not that there's no problem, but you choose
But
not
I
to focus
choose not
on
to
that.
focus on it.
Okay.
And look at the good, and maybe even help them to improve what they
Okay.
are doing. But it's not, why did you do this? Go take it back. I don't like this. And it was a lot of, too much work for me, because my space always has to be what? Loving, happy, and peaceful.
Okay.
And so that has always been my intention, and that's what I live by in every day. So know the people around you. Sometimes people call you and the conversation is not anything inspiring. It's not anything
inspiring like
pushing
Sunny
you
FM.
towards your goal. It's not empowering you to go after the things you want, but rather disempowering you. These are toxic energy. These
need
are
to watch
toxic
out for that
friendships. You
this
need to
new year.
watch out. But meet with people that when you meet and you're telling them, okay, I'm trying to start a second wellness meetup location. And they say, oh, really? That's great, Olivia. That's good for, how do we do it? What are you planning to do? It's not, hey, now we cry and starting my papa now, It doesn't matter what is going on. It matters what you are looking, the light you are looking at, where you are looking at going, what your focus is on.
Okay.
That is not to say you don't look at some of the downside of life, but be more empowering, be more inspiring.
As you were talking, you're speaking about having relations with people who are going to be asking, so how are we going to do this? Because then it means that you're considering this may or may not have worked the last time.
Yeah.
So how can we make it work the next time? I mean, those are definitely positive conversations
How do we
to
make
have.
exactly?
Yes.
How do we make it work this time?
Yes,
So how are you going to do more marketing so
Yeah.
that this time we can see more numbers or something, instead of saying this one is not going well, so why are you thinking of another one? That becomes disempowering and creates fear.
Okay.
So anybody who comes around you who creates more fear, makes you feel like you don't belong, makes you feel like you are not empowered, you lose your power, it's toxic.
Let's get to number 4.
Number 4. Number 4 is to have a regular exercise,
Okay.
good sleep schedule, check your diet, and drink lots of water.
Please take that again.
Number 4 is regular exercise, good sleep schedule, good diet, and drinking lots of water. And when we talk about diet, I mean eating more fruits and vegetables,
Okay.
eating the right, food at the right time. You don't eat fufu at 9 p.m. and expect to have the right weight,
Oh, Olivia.
Yes.
Why did you mention that
Oh,
one?
please. I love fufu just like you. And everything you're doing is to be able to bring in more balance into your life. And so if once in a while you happen to eat fufu late, that shouldn't be a lifestyle. That every time you eat fufu late. So what we eat, what we are drinking, and our sleep schedule and the regular exercise maintains our body. If you don't take care of your body, you are invoicing yourself, because your body will give you an invoice in the nearest future. And so it's so important that we bring in regular exercise into our life. This body needs to be taken care of. The body was made to walk. When we read the Bible, they were not driving cars. They were walking. No. So make a 15 minutes plan to walk 15 minutes daily. 15 minutes daily, intentionally.
Okay.
Intentionally, and be more deliberate with the things you do with your time. And then sleep schedule.
So let's say you're home, you need to go get an item rather than drive your car to that neighborhood shop or that one in your area.
Walk.
You can just do a little quick walk.
Exactly.
15 minutes. That should cover.
That should cover.
All right.
And there's one thing I need to say about this very example.
Sure.
Let it be in your mind that this walk to this shop is an exercise.
It's an exercise.
Don't see it as a chore. As soon as you see it as hard work, the benefit is gone. Because there's a mind-body connection. If you are telling your mind this is an exercise, your mind reads it as one and gives you the benefit of an exercise.
Okay.
If you tell your mind that I don't like to walk to the shop, it's so hard, it's difficult, there's no benefit for it, because you are telling your mind this is something that is hard. It's not good for me. So if you can even choose that walking in my house to clean my house for 15 minutes is my way of exercise. Once you get that body-mind connection, you benefit. But if you see it as, it's too much work for me to fold the clothes, then you're telling your body, this is not good for me. Then there's no benefit. Okay. Yes.
So we've captured four?
Four. Regular exercise, good sleep schedule, good diet, and then lots of water.
Lots of water.
Lots of water. Lots of water. And then the fifth one is to build a gratitude practice.
Okay.
Build a gratitude practice. There's so much to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And if every day you can get up and write 5 things you are grateful for about your body, and at the end of every day, write about 10 things you are grateful for during the day. This kind of lifestyle always makes you focus on the good that's in your life. And the more you focus on the good, the bigger what you focus gets. If you focus on the bad, the bigger it gets, because that's how the mind works. What you are focused on, it gives you more of that. It keeps expanding it. It keeps, giving you different ideas about why it's bad.
You have a fertile mind like mine.
Yes. So you can focus on practicing gratitude. Every morning, what 5 things can I be grateful for my life, my family? And every evening, what 10 things can I be grateful for today? And there are so many things. You drove to the house, you drove to work, you picked your kids, went to school and came back, you've eaten, everybody is well. There's so many things to be grateful for, but we look at them as little things. But those little things are the very things that make life worth living.
Things are the things that make life worth living.
Those little things are the things that make life so worth living. So we have to focus on them. Be grateful. Have a grateful heart all the time. The Bible said it. It said in all things, give thanks to God. And this is one pillar of well-being. The more grateful you are, the happier you get, the healthier you are. And then last, which is a sixth one, which is a bonus,
give us the bonus.
Always read a good book once a month.
A good book.
A good book once a month.
All right.
Let this be your goal in 2022. I will read a book once a month. I will read a book, even if it's story, fiction, personal development, on any subject that you are interested in. Go to the bookshop, buy a book every month, and read it.
I think one that I've started reading is by Sheila Walsh, Letting Go When You Want to Hold On.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, actually holding on when you want to let go.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a great
That's
one.
that, definitely. Yeah, Subri says, great. Keeping notes, practicing gratitude. 10 things to be grateful for today. So says, always read a good book once a month. That's from him. Please go up for me. Aaron says, good diet. My question with regard to this point is that do we eat because we are hungry or we eat because we feel like eating? And also, what is proper eating patterns? So definitely we know about the late night one is off.
Yeah,
how about
night eating
morning,
is off.
lunch, breakfast?
Have a great breakfast. Don't miss your breakfast.
What does a great breakfast look like?
A great breakfast looks like having some cereal, maybe a hot beverage as well. Eggs for morning and a toast is good, and some fruits. always make sure there are fruits and vegetables on your plate, and that should help you to have a balanced diet. I mean, some of the things we think are good for us is all these fizzy drinks and all these, sweetened drinks. There's chocolates. It's good to have chocolate once in a while. Alcohol and all that. There should be a balance. You can't. I'm not saying don't drink wine. But if your practice says I don't drink, then don't drink. But if you drink and you don't have a balance and you drink in excess, then you know that there'll be consequences. If you want to eat rice all the time and you don't eat fruits and vegetables, you know you are not balancing your diet.
Yeah.
So every morning, if you can, what I do sometimes is I take one weekend and I do lots of fruits.
Okay.
I take one weekend and I do a lot of vegetables. So even if it's not a daily practice, just have it consciously at the back of your mind that my diet is important. And so in a month, I will make time for more fruit and more vegetables and good sleep schedule.
Good sleep, more fruits, more vegetables, good sleep schedule. And I hope you captured your 5. In fact, it came with a bonus. I did not know she was going to come with a bonus for us. So thank you, Olivia. So being intentional about our reaction, our responses, also prioritizing self-care, developing a loving and meaningful relationships this year. You'd recommend that. Also regular exercise if it's 15 minutes within a day, having our good sleep, your fruits, building a gratitude practice. And finally, always reading a good book once a month. I think this month has been very fruitful on the I Am Drive, having you all come in to share all this. And I think if we are going to be practicing it, we should end 2022 with a big bang.
Yeah, I tell you.
Definitely.
Yeah, I tell you.
Olivia, thank you so much for coming through. And
thanks for having me.
Anytime. And as you talked about having a grateful heart, I just thought of a track by Morgan Harper Nichols. Says, Lord, I don't want to miss a single thing that you have given me. He has given us so much.
So much.
But can we see it and be grateful for it? Stay with us right here on the I Am Drive. I'll be catching up with my marketing manager. Well, Yasuri says good sleep, yes. That one too is very important. So we've not had good sleep. You wake up like you're angry with the world. And nobody did anything to you. It was you. It was you. You stayed up watching movies the whole night and now you're angry with the world.
Balance.
Stay with us.